clock is against you, the points are against you, and everything is against you. And what's going to happen is the coach is going to come into the huddle, and at halftime you guys are losing, and he's going to go over the set goals again. And you're going to find out exactly, you're going to talk about the goals that you set and try to reevaluate some things and see what it is that's going on and why you're down and why you're losing, and make every necessary adjustment that needs to be possible. This is what I like to call gut check times. This is when you separate the men from the boys, or big girls from the little girls, or however you want to say it. This is where you separate who's going in and who's going out. This is when you need to pep up and step up. This is when you need to get your head back in the game. This is when you lose. This is scenario number one of halftime. You're losing, you're down, and you're unsatisfied with what's going on right now. So you need to go over your set goals again, reevaluate your strategies, make necessary adjustments, pep up and step up, get your head back in the game. The second scenario for halftime is you can be tied. This is somewhere in the middle. You may be content, or you may become complacent with the game. And so once again, you need to go over your set goals. You need to reevaluate the strategy. You want to find out, how did we get here? How did we get to a tie game? What is it that we've done or haven't done that hasn't allowed us to get over the hump, that hasn't allowed us to get ahead? And then you want to decide whether you want to lose or win. That's it in a nutshell. Do you want to lose this game, or do you want to win this game? So we're tied right now, and how do we want to go? Do we want to win this game, or do we want to just give up right now and go on out there and just shut it down and lose the game? And we need to figure out if we're going to go hard or go home. We're tied, so we need to figure out what it is we're going to do here. We're going to go hard, or we're going to go home. That's scenario number two of a halftime. You're tied. You're somewhere in the middle. Scenario number three of halftime is you're winning. You're up. Now, this is the one we like the most. This is what makes us happy. Now, you may be happy, but you realize that you still need to finish the game. So once again, we're going to go over the set goals. You see a pattern here. In each scenario, you still need to go over the goals and see which ones worked for you and which ones may not have worked for you. And we want to keep that going. We want to keep the ones that work. We want to keep those going. We want to continue with our current strategy. No need to reevaluate it, because whatever strategy we're doing is working. Hey, we're winning. So we're going to keep going with the current strategy. But here's the most important part right here. We don't want to get comfortable. We're winning. We're up. But we don't want to take that for granted. We don't want to get too comfortable with our lead. We don't want to get too comfortable with the fact that we're winning, that we go out there and mess things up. We also don't want to slow down. We don't want to slow our pace down. Whatever pace that we're going at right now is the right pace. We want to go back out there and continue the same pace that we were going at, so that we can continue to win, maybe even put more points on the board and win by a larger margin. And most of all, we want to finish the game. We don't want to give up here. You don't go into halftime and say, well, we're up, that's the end of the game, because there's still, depending on the game you're playing, there's still maybe 30 or 40 or even 60 minutes left that you need to go out and finish the game. Now, how do we put this into our own lives? How do we look at this as, what I'm going through, what I'm dealing with? Well, let's go back to the losing thing. Losing here are those of us that have you're just completely unsatisfied with where you are right now. You're just completely unhappy. You're unsatisfied, but you don't know what it is that you need to do to get out of it. So you're just simply losing. Losing may mean depression. Losing may mean just an ill mindset. You get up every day and you're just mad with the world. You don't have a clue. You don't have any goal set. You don't have any vision. You don't have anything. You're just losing. You just get up every morning and you're going about your mundane, simple life, and you don't have a clue how it is that you're going to get forward, how it is that you're going to just change the situation. So you're losing. So maybe instead of going over some set goals, maybe you need to set some goals. First of all, maybe you need to go back and really think about where it is that you want to be, where it is you thought you might be at this point in your life, and maybe you need to go ahead and set some goals, or go for a vision, pray for a vision. Ask the Lord what it is that He has called you to do so that you can begin to walk toward that, so that you can begin to move toward that. And, yes, you need to reevaluate some strategy. You need to reevaluate what it is that you're doing, or to find out exactly what has gone wrong, what you have done in the past that has led you to this point, what you still may be doing that is keeping you in this rut, that is keeping you behind, that's keeping you down, that's keeping you in this losing state of mind, and begin to make some adjustments and change what it is that you're doing. You definitely, yes, change, make adjustments will be the next step. After you evaluated your strategy, what it is that you're doing, now it's time to make some adjustments. Now it's time to change that which is that you are doing or have done so that you can begin to move into what it is you're called to do. Step up and step up. You got to encourage yourself, because now that you're down and you're losing, like I said, depression has set in, some ill thoughts and ill feelings have set in. Your body may have even you've become lethargic in your mind, you become lethargic in your spirit, and you become lethargic in your body, because all of that begins to weigh down on you. So you need to pep up. You need to be able to encourage yourself. You need to be able to speak some things into yourself. Yes, after you come to the huddle and after you've got this empowerment from myself or the other coaches that are going to be on here, after you've got that, then you need to take that which has been instilled in you and use it every day. Step yourself up and then step up. Step to the plate. It's time to step up to the plate. It's no longer time to be down. It's no longer time to sit back and to watch the world go by. It's time to step up. It's time to get your head back in the game. The second group of people are those that are tied, those that are in the middle. I like to say that you are content. You have become complacent in what it is that you're doing. You're like, you know what? I'm okay. I'm breaking even right now. I've gotten beyond what it is that I was in, but I just don't need any more. I don't need any less, and I don't need any more. This is a dangerous place to be in, because right here is where you may do the wrong thing and find yourself back in scenario one, down or losing. So this middle place right here, this middle spot, this lukewarm area isn't good. You need to be either hot or cold. You're just flat out, I don't care what it is, I'm just doing what I'm doing. Or you're like, you know what, I'm going to get fired up today. I'm going to make some moves today. So once again, now you may have set some goals, and those goals may have been not high enough. They may have been not big enough goals. They're just mediocre goals. They're middle goals. They're goals that keep you tied. They're goals that keep you at a broke-even kind of thing. You're just comfortable enough. Maybe you need to go back and look over these goals and say, you know what, maybe I need to set some higher goals for myself, or maybe there are some more things that I want, so I need to set some higher goals, and then reevaluate the strategy. Once again, how did I get here? How did I get to a point where now I'm just simply comfortable? What is it that I did or didn't do that has got me to a point where I'm just comfortable? Another thing that needs to be done is a change of mindset. There needs to be a different thinking pattern going on that's going to push you to want more and reevaluate. Once again, decide if you want to lose or win. Decide if you're going to just fall into a rut, or whether you want to push forward and go to a higher level, and decide that you don't want to just be on this even plane. You just don't want to be in this comfortable spot. You don't want to be in this content spot. You don't want to be in this complacent spot. You don't want to be in the middle. You want to push to a higher level. So you want to begin to make some adjustments, like I said before, in the way you think. And once you change your thinking pattern, then your action pattern will change. That which you do, your mode of operation will change. Once you have changed your thinking pattern, you got to go home. You got to go hard, or you just got to go home. You got to make a decision that you're going to push to a higher level, that you're going to push for that which God has called you into. We, once again, as I spoke about this morning, if you missed it, I talked about we are called to be zealous to every good work. God is calling us to be zealous, to be fired up, to be excited about every good work. He doesn't plan for us to be lukewarm. He doesn't plan for us to just be complacent and comfortable. He wants us to push and to have a specific zeal, a certain zeal or excitement or fervor about us, a certain fire, a certain fierceness, a certain urgency about that which we are called to do. We got to get out of the middle. You're not quite losing, but you're definitely not winning. We got to get out of the middle. And finally, for those of us who are winning, you're up, you're excited, you're happy. But once again, you need to realize that you need to finish the course. You need to finish the game. You may be up, you may be winning, but you can fall into a danger zone where you may get like the person that's tied. You get comfortable. You get okay. You're satisfied with the fact that you're winning, and you don't keep going. You don't keep moving. Once again, you got to go over the goals. Like I said, there's a pattern here with each level here of the halftime huddle. There's a necessity to go over your goals again. Just because you're winning doesn't mean that you don't need to go back and look at the goals and make sure that you're on course. Make sure that you're doing that which is going to net you the best possible result. What works for you? What goals that you set, what strategy that you were doing worked for you. Keep that going and maybe employ even more things that will continue to keep you on that course. Continue that current strategy. Don't get comfortable. I can't say this enough to those of you who are winning. Don't get comfortable. And let me cut it and say this, we all are winning. Even those that may think you are losing, you are still winning. If you are moving and operating in God, then you are still winning. Even when you feel like you're losing, even when you feel like, well, I'm just tired and I'm just in the middle, you're still winning. And once you get that mindset, then you can begin to move into that which God has called you to be. But we cannot allow ourselves the sin. We cannot allow ourselves the downfall of getting comfortable. Because once we get to a comfortable place, then we're just running mediocre plays. We're not running those plays that are going to net us the big yards, are going to net us the big points. We're just doing enough. The part that we have to be concerned about and have to be careful with is we cannot allow ourselves to begin to play not to lose. We cannot allow ourselves to play not to lose. We need to be playing to win, because when you begin to play not to lose, then you're just playing enough. Just playing enough just to make sure that we keep the current score we have and we get over and win. But no, we can't get to that point. This is close to that middle section I talked about. This is where, you say to yourself, you know what? I've gotten certain things. I'm not quite where I used to be. I'm not quite where I want to be, but I'm okay right here. No. We've got to push. We've got to push beyond that. You can't slow down. You can't slow down. You can't look back, and you can't slow down. You can't get to a point where, again, you're comfortable with where you are, or you begin to see the finish line. You begin to see that which you have set forth. You begin to see that goal, and you think to yourself, well, I'm going to get to it eventually, so there's no need for me to continue to push at the pace that I've been pushing at. No. We cannot allow ourselves to get to that mindset. We cannot allow ourselves to slow the pace. The pace has to continue to be steady. We have to continue to push toward the mark that we are being called higher in. Yes, we need to be able to push higher. We need to be able to push at the current state that we're moving in. Finish the game. Finish the course. The course is laid before you, so finish it. Do not get comfortable. Finish the course. Push forward. Like I said this morning, the time is now. There is no better time. We have to begin to work like there is no future. We have to begin to think in a now mindset. We have to get out of this, well, I've always got time. I've always got the future. I've always got tomorrow. I've always got next week. I've always got next month. I've always got next year. We've got to move as if there is no time left. We have to move as if there is no future. The time is now. I say it again, the time is now. It's still all about the fierce urgency of now. Finish the game. Get out of this losing mindset. Get out of this down mindset, this unsatisfied mindset. Do not allow yourself to get caught in the middle. Do not allow yourself to get caught in the tie. Do not allow yourself to become content or complacent. We are winners. We are ahead of the game. We are ahead of the enemy. We are ahead of the opposition. We are up, but we've got to get beyond the point of just being happy and realize that we need to finish the game. Finish the course. The time is now. God bless you. Continue to have a productive day. Finish your day. Finish your course with joy. God bless you. Move on. The time is now. Finish the course.